All right. I'm sorry. That was a little. Let me welcome you again. It's Bob Bockelman with the New Orleans TV Internet Network System. We welcome you back. Been a while, even though we just had a show fairly recently with a reader's review with a lovely authoress, but she likes to be an author, and a very important novel, a book that she's written for today's parents and children. Anyway, when we're moving on to what I've known most for in all of the 15 shows, and that's food. Not that I can cook, but I sure can eat, and also discussing the chefs. As you know, for those who know me, we started back on cable TV in New Orleans, the beginning of the turn of the century for 15 years, and the only problem with that was we were limited to just New Orleans chefs. So that's not really a major problem to most people who live in the area or who visit. At the same time, now, as we're going to show today, we're able to explore a chef who's far away, but also is near at hand, not only because the chef will be on live with us, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. I don't want to give away too much. As we said, we've got about 3 minutes. You see the little countdown clock, which is showing you to um, it will show you that what time we're going to be coming on. And I realize as usual I messed up something, but no problem. What we'll do now is continue this to BS while you all sign on. This is what the 5 minute interlude tell you that. Also, while we're talking about it, in case I forget, if we have extra time, that tomorrow, Wednesday, at 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Remember, we're broadcasting from New Orleans at 10 a.m. We will be doing an artist review show and a very unusual sculptor tomorrow. And when you think of sculptor, you usually think of big marble or bronze statues, all kinds of what this gentleman uses to form his sculptures. So please watch us. Now, we always ask for two more things. One, if you know of someone who would be great on the show with regard to any of the categories we have, contact me at Bob Bockelman, Facebook, email bob@allreview.net. Any way you can get in touch with me or any of the situations. Now, we are going to be broadcasting today on 3 Facebook channels: the Bob Bockelman profile, the NOTVIN that we're looking at now profile, and also the New Deal profile. So if you follow any of those, you can watch us on Facebook. The only problem with Facebook is after a day, it disappears. So we prefer everyone to watch us on my YouTube channel, REVUE. If you need a link to it next time, we try and put it in all our promos and let me know. I'll send it to you directly. We would love for you to subscribe. That way you'll know about all the shows in advance that we are planning to do for you. We also will be on Periscope, which is Twitter, and we will be live. We will not be live on LinkedIn, but we will post that after the show because they don't accept our live broadcast right now. And Instagram won't accept us at all right now. So I don't know when we'll get on that. Would love to because I think we have a way of doing it, but not live, after the fact, recorded. Okay, we've got less than a minute. Getting close, folks. Countdown clock is like the space, almost there. So get ready to see our logo for the show and then see this mug in toto before we introduce our guest. Thank you for coming with us. Hope you enjoy it. Always interested. Remember, you can put comments and they will appear on this. They will appear here from any of your platforms, and we'll try and bring them on the screen for people, all the people to see. But don't hesitate to make a comment unless it's something really nasty, because I'm old and you're not supposed to hurt old people's feelings. I know you hate old people, but please try and overlook it one day. All right? All right, here we go. Good afternoon and welcome to Chef Chat USA. That's a mouthful. Notice our logo. We wearing the chef hat on top of the United States. Now, today's feature is going to be different because we're not right in any of those pretty colored states, but we are still in the USA. Isn't that interesting, huh? And what I'm going to do is
Hello, everyone. There you
Yes,
go.
okay. We want to welcome, first of all, Chef CHRISTY Brown. She's coming to us from St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands, one of the few places outside the continental you don't need to have a passport still. How you like that one? Okay, welcome to the show, CHRISTY.
Hello, everyone. Chef Christy Brown. How are you all doing? I hope everyone is doing well. It's
Doesn't
sunny.
she look good? Look at that great hat. Wait, is that a fantasy? Or what I forgot what they call them. To me, anyway, it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. So, so it's
Yeah.
sunny, of course, over there. We know it's going to be sunny. What's the temperature about?
Oh, probably
Any
right now,
idea?
probably like 78, about 78,
Yeah, getting almost near
but
80, huh?
78 and breezy. 78 and
Well, now
breezy.
tell us a lot. The reason why I tell the people, even though you're far away right now, you also are close, not only being on on the internet, but also because you have spent some time here in New Orleans. Let's talk about that for a second. So people love our people who've been from New Orleans. You know that we all love our natives and our people.
I love, yes. I love New Orleans. It is not where I am from, but it is definitely where I was made. I was there before and after Katrina. I've been there through the oil spill. I would fly back and forth to New Orleans as a private chef. I was going to school in Tampa, Florida, and I was working for a family in Miami. That family in Miami had a party, and their friends lived in New Orleans. So the friends liked the food so much they wanted to know if I would come and live in New Orleans and make their food. And I started going back and forth to New Orleans. I went every week for 3 years straight to New Orleans.
Wow.
I lived in Uptown. I lived off of Chapatulas, I lived on Laurel. I lived in the West Bank. I lived in Algiers Point. So
Okay.
I
Well, that's
have a keen love for New Orleans. It is definitely where my heart is.
and
And I
she
brought
loves it.
that to St. Croix.
Right, and she loves it so much. She's brought some of our tasty dishes and cooking cuisine, to mix it in, and or
Yes,
just add it
definitely.
to her repertoire. So that's really good. So for people who don't know it, they're getting a pretty darn good, authentic taste of New Orleans if they order some of those dishes that are definitely identifiable with our city. Okay, now I got to
Oh,
ask you a
yes.
tough question. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. What else did you want to say? Did I
Oh,
cut
no, I'm
you off?
listening. I'm listening.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, first I got to apologize, folks. For some reason, I know I've got really bad eyes, but I think that's, we usually put the best way to contact our guests as a scrolling banner on the bottom. And I can't read it because it's too small, but it also looks very hazy to me. I don't know if it is. So I'm going to tell you what it is. It's on Facebook. So if you wanted to reach her and talk to her and see her stuff, it would be on Facebook.com. I'm sure you've heard of that. And then the name of her eatery is Bootstraps Bar and Grill. Sounds like the old West, the Wild Wild West. Now, Bootstraps. Anyway, Bootstraps Bar and Grill. All right, we're over that. Now, what I also want to say is tell us a little bit about your eatery itself, about Bootstraps, about the size, indoor, outdoor, especially with COVID. Tell us a little bit about it so we get a good idea of what's going on in your place.
Well, it is a really, really cool little hidden gem nestled in downtown Christiansted, USVI, in USVI. It is a taste of New Orleans with a little island flair. So I definitely do New Orleans style dishes, and if I change anything, it's going to be I add an ingredient that is native to the island to it. Like for my shrimp and grits, instead of using white wine, I use rum in the sauce for the shrimp and grits. It seats 25. I have 6 tables. Seats 25.
That's manageable.
Everyone
That's
loves the
good.
shrimp and grits.
There we
Yeah.
go. So 25 is your capacity. Now, dare I ask, during COVID, are you able to serve 25 people or no? Do you have restrictions there right
Yes,
now?
I am. Because it's outside and you have to have a mask when you come to pick up.
Okay.
If you come up on the
Good.
porch to pick up, you have to have a mask on. If you're sitting, and it's an open courtyard outside. So it's
Oh,
outside
neat.
happening all the time. It's
Neat.
bad when it rains, but it's actually kind of fun because then people are dancing in the rain and bebopping along and whatnot. But when it rains, it only lasts about no more than 5 minutes, so it's
That's
not
great.
bad.
Yeah.
But um, yeah, it's an outside eatery, 25 seats, about 6 to 7 tables. It's really nice. Right in the alley that it's in, it's right off the water, off the boardwalk. So you can see the water
Oh,
right there.
now what about?
Cool breeze that comes through. It's really nice.
Oh, you're making us envious. Now, what are your hours and days of operation? Someone who would want to
So
become.
we recently started. We used to be open on Monday, and we used to be closed Monday and Tuesday. But I saw a niche there, and not a lot of restaurants are open on Mondays. So Bootstraps Bar and Grill is open from Wednesday to Monday, and we're only off on Tuesday. We're only off on Tuesday. And Wednesday is a holiday day because it's Cajun, and that's when it's nice to go back to work. And when you go back into work, it's the food that you love to eat. Like I love eating all the food, I do, but I'm going back into the fun. I'm starting off fun. I'm starting on hump day. Starting all the fun part, jambalaya, shrimp and crawfish gumbo, which is like really, really, really great. There's a really nice warehouse store here that serves like a lot of the high-end things you can get at the other grocery stores here, and crawfish is one of them. So I can have crawfish almost yearly here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're making New
And you can
Orleanian.
have the crawfish with the tails out. So you take the crawfish. So they're getting New Orleans all year round here.
That's what I'm saying. You're making even New Orleanians envious because we only have it during that season. All right. I think that's the majority. Unless there's anything else you want to tell us real quick before we start taking a look at those great dishes, some of those ones you've already mentioned that we're familiar with. Let's hit it. You ready to hit it?
Let's take a look.
All right.
Yes, I'm
Here
ready
we
to
go.
hit it.
Here we're ready to hit it. That's good. All right. 1 second. Let's go to picture number 1. Okay. Here we go.
Ooh.
That, my dear.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that it was. So every day there's a Your Chef special for breakfast and for dinner or for brunch, and this was a Your Chef special. It is shrimp and grits with an over easy egg and homemade pesto, and a little bit of cracked bacon on top of that. That was so good. That was good.
Now that's
Yeah, there's pieces in there.
is that only you said that's a chef special, so that doesn't happen every morning. That's not normally every day, is it?
No. I was kind of feeling myself because I just made that pesto and I wanted to show off. So then I made the special for it.
Or what time do you
the highlight.
open?
Oh, from 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, and then we shut down at 2, and then we'll reopen at 5:30 to 9.
Okay. So this would
But no one ever leaves at 9 o'clock.
So when the chef does it, this would of course be in the morning, the day shift between 10 and 2. Is that right?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Or
oh, go ahead. What's that?
Or it would be added to Wednesday because on Wednesday one of the specials is shrimp and grits.
Ah, okay. So so any Wednesday you can get it.
Yes.
Now, what happened here? My goodness.
Ooh. Yes.
What's going on here?
This is the rum cake of St. Croix. This was my very first rum cake, and I wanted to put the rum in there, but I didn't want to do the regular dark fusion rum, so I did the single barrel rum, and that's what I made the rum cake out of. It was so good. Put some sliced almonds in the pan, and then bake it.
Oh,
right. And then it came out perfect. I also used the rum in the cake, and I used the rum in the sauce for the rum sauce for the cake.
Oh, now you're talking. Double dosing here, double dipping. That is fantastic. Now you said it's a bun,
double.
and it's a bun cake that you use.
That's a bun cake.
Oh my God, excellent.
Yeah, so rum cake is a big deal here. Rum cake is a big deal here. So
I know. Well, I know for those who've never been there, and maybe I would do a shameless plug. we're starting our new. In fact, Christy might be one of our correspondents. We're starting our new travel show, Rome Review, fairly soon, and our first episode is focusing on the Virgin Islands. And so we're going to be talking to a few people that we know that's down there, some of them from New Orleans, and they will come on and let us know all about USVI. So I know when I went, there were a lot of plantations, almost sugar plantations and all. And I'm sure because a lot of that was also conducive to the rum business. Is that right?
Oh yes. Oh, sugar was a big export here. This it was
Right.
St. Croix was one of the biggest producers of sugar
Right. But and
and
there
rum.
are several, if I remember, aren't there several rum producing companies there?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but Cruise and Run is the biggest.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, Captain
that
Morgan is here. There's
oh,
a
yeah,
Captain Morgan here also.
yeah, the one I recognize, the American, what I call the American one. That's Captain Morgan. I do remember seeing that they had that one there. So anyway, let's see what we can do here
Yeah.
to bring up another. What's the problem? Gonna move on to our next picture. All right. Ooh, a refreshing type of salad. Tell us about this.
Yes. That is the jazz kale salad. So the cool thing about this salad is that it morphs the longer it sits in the vinegar. It changes and it can be used for different meals. You can also have it warmed up on the grill, and it is delicious. You not to warm a salad up, but it's something that my sous chef Jabril Williams has been doing lately, and it is quite delicious. It is quite delicious. If you don't like your salad, just add some chicken or some shrimp or some fish to it, warm it up, and eat it. Oh, it is pretty good.
Yeah, I love um, the cold salad with the warming, whether it's the warm chicken, whatever your entree, whatever you're going to add to it.
Yes,
I really enjoy that. Some people
yes,
don't, and I can understand. Like, it seems a little contradictory, why put hot and cold together? But to me, it really works. So that's a great
yeah. It's
idea.
like a texture thing, but with heat.
But good thing is, but you can have it either way. You can have it the au natural here, or you can go ahead and do it.
Yes,
Add some protein or something like that, or fish. Be great
yeah.
on top of it. All right, let's see if we can go back again now, and let's move on. Oh, here we go. Here we
Ooh.
go. All right, what do we have here? Wow, interesting.
Oh, that is my butter burger. Oh,
Butter
it's the bootstraps butter burger. There is okay. So it's on a brioche, right? It's on a toasted brioche bun.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you one of my secrets.
All right.
First, I slather cream cheese on the bun. I toast it and then I put cream cheese on the bun. And then I
Oh,
put a piece of Munster cheese on there, right? And then you cook
uh-huh.
the burger. The burger has butter inside the burger,
Come
right?
on.
And then there's butter in the burger. And then I have crispy salami and bacon, and then 3 other cheeses go with this burger. So the burger
Wow.
has 4 or 5 cheeses, 2, 3 meats. Oh, and the butter bun, the brioche bun. Oh my goodness. I can only eat I probably eat about 2 of these a year. I probably eat about 2 of these a year because they're so rich. Like this is a burger this is probably the only burger I don't mind cooking well because of the butter that's in it. It's still juicy. So you're still
Right.
gonna get juice. It's not gonna be dried out. Oh man, this thing is bomb.
I don't know if you've heard the term, but whenever someone stuffs a burger with something in the middle, it's called a juicy Lucy. Now, but everyone
Yeah,
I've
juicy.
known, yeah, but most of the ones or all the ones I've ever experienced have just been stuffing a cheese or cheeses in it. The idea of putting the
Yeah.
butter, because the cheese is not going to give that moisture that the butter will. Uh,
Yes, it won't. It won't. It won't. It'll put all this oil in there, but butter. Oh,
yeah. And
oh
then
my
all the
gosh.
stuff, and then adding the 3 or 4 cheeses you said to it, it's got to be dynamite, huh? Now, is that available
Yeah.
all the
So while
time?
the actually, it's available on Fridays and for brunch. So Friday is fried chicken Friday, but the butter burger just fits. Fried chicken and burgers to me go together. But some people and to have something different. But it is available for brunch during the week. So from 10 to
Oh,
2, you can get the butter burger.
yeah, I would think,
Yes.
a lot of people like to eat burgers during the lunch period, So I just thinking that it might be
Yes.
something, especially if they're not in an office
Yes.
or just quick as opposed to a complete
Yes.
meal. I mean, even though it's quite filling from
And
all the stuff in it. Yeah.
and
Well,
it's a
great.
half a pound burger.
Wow. And are you using beef or some combination? You said salami, but salami's not in the beef, right? It's not part of the
Oh no,
mixture of
no.
the
So I
beef.
take no. So the salami. No, no, no. The salami gets crisped up on the grill. So I put it on the grill, let it get a little crispy, and then I slide that to the bottom of the burger. And then the crispy bacon goes on the mound of cheese on
I
top
got
of the burger. So
I
it's bun, cream cheese, Munster cheese, salami, burger, three cheese, bacon, bun.
I don't know how you can remember all that. Very good. Very well. There you go, kid. Boy, and it's the butter burger. I love the
And
name. Butter burger.
butter burger,
Butter
butter
burger.
burger, baby.
Okay. Okay. What do we have next? What is this? Some chicken? I see
Oh,
chicken.
so this is a So there's a company, a refinery here, and I know some of the guys from the refinery. They frequent bootstraps, and one of them came and they wanted it. And one of the executives came and said that they wanted to do lunch for the guys. So I was like, "How about I do a stuffed chicken?" He says, "Say less. Do whatever you like." I was like, "Okay." So do the stuffed chicken, some black eyed peas, some rosemary shrimp, macaroni and cheese. And then that in the corner is that warm salad that I made for them. That jazzy salad.
Right,
That was
right,
in there.
right.
And then the
Now, what?
middle has got onions, peppers, spinach, and smoked Gouda inside that chicken.
That's what I was gonna ask. So you stuff it with what? Go over that one more time. What do you stuff it with? What are the ingredients?
Onions, peppers,
Onions, peppers. Go ahead.
onions, peppers, spinach,
Wow.
corn,
Wow.
and smoked Gouda.
All of that goes inside the chicken.
But it's a Cajun
Wow.
inside the chicken, and it's a smoked, and it's a Cajun seasoning. It's a Cajun chicken seasoning.
Excellent. Excellent. Wow. Well, you must have impressed those workers. By the way, speaking, that sounds funny, folks, huh? Chris is telling us about refineries because, we know so much about all refineries here in Louisiana. But they have one over there that had gone down, but she told me it's been reopened and it's almost doubled the population. I think he said from originally
Yeah,
40,000 up to 80,000 people that reside there.
yeah, yeah,
Wow. It shows.
yeah.
I know we're cutting back on oil because they want to move to electricity. But look how many people have moved there for that industry, not for just the wonderfulness of the island. Wow,
And
that's
there's a lot of people from New Orleans here. There's a lot of fellows from New Orleans here. There's a lot of lady and gentlemen from New Orleans.
that is it. That's why we found that out. We found three friends besides yourself, and that's what I say. That's what we got. Some of those are going to appear at our travel show. So I was flabbergasted. I know we've been there. I mean, as a vacation thing, it's great. But I didn't know anyone that many New Orleanians actually had transferred and moved there. So that's really
Yes,
good to hear. And
yes.
especially now that they can get their native dishes at Bootstraps Bar and Grill. All right. What do we have now? What are we showing us here?
Okay, so this was for vegan and vegetarian. So even though I do lots of meat foods, there's a large population here that just eats that are vegan and vegetarian and pescatarian. So this is one of those dishes. So this is kale, sprouts, my favorite, okra, and all of this was cooked on a flat top grill. All this was made on the flat top grill with some
Wow.
chickpeas and some red hot peppers, some tomatoes, some sprouts, and
Now, can I ask, do most of those ingredients, actually like the peppers and the sprouts, do most of those grow on the island or they all have to be imported? Hello? Are you there? Okay, Christy, if you will sign back in, sometimes there's a blip. We didn't talk about this. Let's see if we can get her to recognize. What I need you to do is connect the link again, Christy. You hear that? Bear with us a moment, folks. I'm hoping, yeah, she's off. She's hoping to come back in. Sometimes there's a disconnection, usually about a half an hour into the program if it happens, and that's about what we're doing there. So I'm hoping she can come right back on because we got to finish these wonderful dishes. I do apologize, but Wi-Fi connections are just part of our society. It's almost a pandemic of technology. Let's see. I'm hoping I haven't seen her come back yet, but I'm hoping she will. Should still have it. Sending it to her again. All right. I do. I'm sorry. I hope you won't sign off while we're waiting, but usually it's momentary and that they come right back on. So I'm hoping I sent her the link again. Good. Text. Making sure she clicked again. All right. As you mentioned, this is a vegetarian dish. I love the chickpeas, and we were just about to get the answer about whether or not this dish is most of these vegetables are grown there or not. What we're gonna do is move on to the next one, and I'm hoping that she'll come back on as we're doing this to explain this one because our poor eyes don't see as well as they should. It's a beautiful dish, and I think I'm just gonna have to guess it. This I don't want to do that. So let's see if she will come back on. Not sure the main ingredient there. I do see the salad. I do see some maybe some rice. Something she got though. It looks delicious though. Let's see if she's responding. I've seen a response. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. And what we'll do is we'll come back. Ah, here she comes. Here she comes. There you are. Oh, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Wi-Fi is a killer sometimes. Thank you. I'm thanking the audience for being patient. Now we've moved on to this next dish. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, that is a crusted salmon, and it is crusted with Parmesan cheese, and it's mushroom risotto. I have sprouts on top of that with spinach and tomatoes. Spinach, tomatoes,
Wow.
and garlic is a really good go-to for me. People really like it, and I like to use a crispy roasted garlic in that mix.
I don't blame you. That looks delicious. So salmon, folks, one of our favorite fish. Now, can you tell us of some of the? Oh, I was going to ask it, but most of the uh, is most of the vegetables grown there, like the okra and stuff? Do they have that
Oh my
grown there?
goodness, yes. Yes, this is to me a agricultural haven. There's so many great things you can eat off the ground here. There's so many fruits and vegetables I don't even heard of. I've never seen before. Like there's neem. You can add neem and aloe juice. It's a natural antiseptic. It's good for your digestion. Neem is good. Uh, oh, I have a story,
Anyway,
but I don't know if it's a good story to
no, no,
tell.
no, no, no. Let's
The
go
carrot.
through the dishes first, if we have time. Then you can
Oh yeah,
go.
yeah,
But
yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what about also the fish? Are most of these fish like the salmon caught around there, or they're all imported?
I don't think the salmon is caught around here, but all the other fish around here is
Okay.
caught fresh. There's definitely yeah, it's seafood is really big here also.
Yeah, but I imagine being an island, so but I just want to clarify with people the variety, the expanse that you have. Okay,
Oh yes.
and what are we looking at now?
That is also salmon.
Oh,
But that was
salmon
for
too?
brunch. Yeah, so that was one was crusted salmon, and this one was on the flat top, and it's the salmon and eggs that I was the Your Chef special for brunch.
Ah, okay. So there's the egg and salmon. I see, and then some sprouts and the salad type stuff, right?
Yes,
And that you say is basically a bread special, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Very pretty, very colorful. Ah, look at this, folks. Wait till you see this one.
Yes.
Crab legs.
Yep.
We love our crabs. Tell us about this.
Yes, it's part of the crab legs and eggs that I do for brunch every day from 10 till 2. But the young lady was she was a pescatarian, but she didn't eat eggs, you know. So that is quinoa and
Oh, wow.
roasted, yes, quinoa and roasted Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts with some
Fabulous.
tomatoes, red onions, some roasted garlic, peppers. It's really cool. So if you put, people think that Brussels sprouts are hard to cook. If you ever had flash fried Brussels sprouts, they come out instantly tender. You pull them
Right.
out, and I like to use the everything bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's. There's no Trader Joe's here, so I looked up their ingredients and I kind of made my own version of that. And you sprinkle it on top. It is fantastic.
That sounds good. I mean, it looks great. Really looks great. And I love quinoa, and also that would be fantastic for me. I know it's kind of experimental in some of our viewers. Oh, what's that stuff? Don't even know what it is. Some people. So, but I think that is really an attractive dish, and so that's available every day for brunch. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And okay. Well, let's see what else. Hold on. Okay, it's really making us hungry about this time. Oh, ooh, another favorite. Mussels. These have got to be mussels.
Mm-hmm. So
So,
this so this was for my seafood the seafood fest that's on Thursday, right? And I want
okay.
to do
No,
shrimp mussel, and I love mussels in a nice white wine broth. So when I got the mussels, I thought they were the old school mussels that are closed. But then when I opened the package, it was these giant, gorgeous mussels. I was so excited. I was so happy. I was like, oh, it was a really good faux pas. So I made these mussels drunk, so drunk. I let them just hang out and this white wine and again roasted garlic. There's something about it that pops and a little bit of chili flakes. I just let them hang out there for a good bit. That and a lobster broth. I know it sounds crazy, but it was in a lobster broth, and I let them hang out for a little bit. I didn't even turn it on. And then I went to turn it on. I let it go for a little bit, and then I added some cream at the end. Woo! Boy, I tell you what. And those are rice noodles that I've been using.
that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
I
those
was
are
going to
rice
ask you
noodles.
what type noodles. I was going to ask you what type noodles it was. So those are rice.
Yeah, those are rice noodles, and it goes well with a lot of the guests, especially a lot of people that are not that are gluten intolerant. They still want to do the whole uh, pescatarian thing, and they're really
Right.
not a fan of the gluten, the flour, the regular flour. But rice noodles,
Exactly.
oof, that is a
Now let
great
me.
substitute.
I back to the mussels for a second. I understand that they're magnificent sizes, but do you know where they originate from? Like,
Um,
is it from New Zealand or you're
yeah,
not
these are
sure?
New Zealand. These are from New
Oh,
Zealand.
wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, that sounds like dynamite with the wine and all those ingredients you've added to it, plus lobster sauce. Wow. Now, when is this available?
This was a Your Chef special on Thursday. This was on Thursday.
Okay. But I mean, you probably bring some of these things back, I imagine, huh?
Oh, most definitely. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. This is definitely a fan favorite for me. This one's
Yeah,
one of my favorite
that's what I
ones.
say. I don't see anybody, pescatarian or not, would relish this dish because this is so good. Now, here's another one that looks a lot like New Orleans, huh? We got our
Oh yeah.
shrimp. What else?
Oof.
What else do we have with our
These
shrimp?
were good. These were good. So this was for a brunch also. So these ladies came in. There were these It was it was two young ladies' birthdays, and it was a group of them that came in. And they almost did not stay because they didn't see anything on the menu that they liked, because
Oh.
somebody liked this, someone didn't like that. Someone, I was like, okay, so I'm not going to let these ladies get away. I favor New Orleans, and I turned into one of those barkers that are on Bourbon Street, and I talk to the ladies like, what do you like? What do you want? What do you want in your food? What kind of things do you like in your food? Maybe I can also sort them up for you. And sure enough, they were like, oh, we like shrimp. Well, do you like shrimp and pasta? I felt like a guy that was at an auction. I'm like, do you like
Yeah.
pasta? Who likes pasta? Who likes shrimp? You like shrimp? You want your shrimp? Parsley. You want pasta? You want Parmesan? Who wants Parmesan? It's like, for everybody. You guys come over and sit down. And it was about between 8 and 12 ladies that came over and sat down, and this is what I conjured up for them off the top of my head.
Well, this is great. Plus the live entertainment. I mean, where
Yeah, right.
where can you get a food auctioneer chef, huh?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
great.
I had to get
That
him
is
on,
great.
man. I couldn't let him just walk away. And
Oh, I don't blame you. Especially 12. That's a nice size number. I thought you meant 2 or 3. But
yeah,
12
that worked out. That worked
made a
out.
nice brunch. Yes, but it's a beautiful piece. It definitely looks like New Orleans. I mean, it definitely looks like New Orleans. So, all right,
One
let's.
thing New Orleans taught me was, you want to make that food pretty. You want to make it colorful,
Oh yes,
inviting. You know.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, the first sense is the visual. If it doesn't look
Yes.
good, then the next sense is as you bring it close to the smell. If it doesn't smell right, then you also got a problem. But the visual is the first thing to make something appetizing. And so if you don't make it pretty, not a lot of people are going to follow it.
Mm.
All right, let's see what's next. I mean, that is a beautiful. Oh, what we got here?
Ooh. So we know that I'm in love with these rice noodles. So I had
Yes,
to do a special. So they have these are called Jonah crab claws. And I use the
Donut.
Cajun Jonas crab
Oh,
claws. Yes.
Jonah. Why Jonah?
I don't know. That's their name. I don't know. They're pretty big. It's a pretty big fish, and
Okay.
they come already cracked. I get them from that grocery store that has the crawfish quality groceries, and this came out so good. They came out so good. So I did a Parmesan sauce with this. I did a Parmesan Cajun sauce with this, and this came out so good. You got 4 to 5 cloves on there. It
Yes.
varies from the size of the claw, so you get 4 to 5 meaty crab claws, and inside with that is the meat of the crawfish. So it was a crawfish Parmesan
Oh,
pasta, yes, with the Jonah crab claws on top.
wow, wow, wow. So it's crawfish and crab on the noodles. That is
Yes, yes.
fantastic. What a trick. Now I have to ask you because everybody loves to throw around that term when they talk about New Orleans. What do you mean by a Cajun? By you said a Cajun sauce you mix with it. What is a Cajun sauce to you?
Oh, it's my Cajun seasoning that I made.
Okay,
I make it. I would love to tell you
right.
the ingredients, but
No, no,
it
no,
is
it's okay.
love.
But that's what I,
Yeah,
no,
nope,
that
it's
that's what
love.
I wanted to know. It's ingredients that you put together to season it, as
Yes.
opposed to a preparation. Because some people think, "Oh, it's the way I prepare it." I said, "Well, what does that mean?" So I can't
Yeah,
tell you. I said, well, I mean, I don't know what that means. The way you prepare it. But
it
anyway,
is the
that makes much
seasoning.
more sense. Um, let's go ahead. We got to keep going because we're moving along here. Let's see what we got next. And that is that the one you call a seafood feast or no?
No, but that comes with the seafood. That is the special of the seafood feast. Ooh, now
Oh,
look at this right here.
talk
This
about
is
bright and colorful, huh? What are
yes.
these? What are these plates?
This is a French vanilla ice cream, king cake with
Beautiful.
French vanilla ice cream. Yes,
What kind of cake?
king cake, baby, king cake.
Wow. Can't get any New Orleans than king cake. In fact, the next picture I know is going to show it even closer without the ice cream and some other additions. You'll really recognize. So when you see the next picture, you can't necessarily see so much that this is king cake, but it's very colorful and the wonderful vanilla bean ice cream that's so French vanilla, so yellow. It's wonderful. It's almost like a saffron. It's just gorgeous. But let me jump
Uh-huh.
ahead because I really want to show them the full glory of your king cake. There we
Look at
go.
that.
There we go, folks. Look at that. Now tell us, what are those little? You use the word pearls. What are those things
Yes.
you decorated? And what's the necklace on there? What is that?
Yeah, those are candied pearls. And I just wanted the cake to be as festive as I could make it to
Of
remind
course.
people where this came from.
Now let me ask. Now in the original king cake that we know way back historically has always been just basically a cinnamon roll, if you want to equate it to something. But nowadays they stuff it just like you do your chickens and all with everything under the sun. Is there anything you put inside yours?
Love.
That a girl. That's what now you're talking. But it's a beauty, folks. So you see, she knows what she's talking about because so many places now are trying to
Yeah.
copy
Yeah.
the king cake because they know it's so popular. And even though we manufacture sell them around, and if you see some of the things that they develop, doesn't even look like a king cake. Let alone who knows what it tastes like. This
No.
is right on. This is spot on with regard to the colors, the shape, and just a little extra touch of the candied pearls. You can't get
Lanyard.
lanyard. Lanyard. We both got it. Lanyard. How wonderful. Now
Yes.
you know what you need to do. Your eatery ought to somehow put together with some people and actually do some type of Mardi Gras celebration there. You serve your
I
kids.
do. As
Oh,
a
you
matter of
do.
fact, I do. During the month of February, I do king cake every day,
Okay.
and I do a second line for breakfast, and I do a second line for dinner.
Wow, wow, wow. That is great. You see,
Yes.
folks, so now do you do it? You said you do it for the whole month of February.
Yes.
Yeah, because like sometimes like this year, Mardi Gras itself is in the beginning of March. Oh no, it's in April. Huh? No, it was in the beginning of March. I'm lost track. And it was the last week and a half of February. But still, what's good about it, you can have Mardi Gras every day during the month of February. That is fantastic. You'll have to send
Also,
us some.
instead of putting a baby inside the cake, because I
Oh,
don't
you
want to
do
be
so.
responsible. Nope, I put a pecan. I put a candied pecan inside instead of the
Excellent.
baby because I don't
Yeah.
want to be responsible for the baby. Anyone
Yeah.
having any babies,
Too
so I do a
many.
candied pecan.
Yeah. Too. Unfortunately, years ago they put the beautiful ceramic toys of the king and the prince. But too many of my fellow French bakers have been sued for broken tooth or this that
Right.
chipped tooth. So you're correct in what you do. And the only thing is that, the tradition here is that whoever gets the baby, or in your case, the pecan, is supposed to be the king for the next thing and provide the cake or the party. But
Yes.
the problem with yours is all I got to do is chew it up and swallow it. So nobody knows. Look, she forgot to put the pecan in here.
Well, that's why I candy it. That's why I make it. It's a nice candied pecan.
Yeah, but they
Trust me.
still can eat and swallow. That's their word that they
That's
got it.
true.
So,
That's
anyway,
true.
no problem. Just joking with you, but I think it's wonderful that you can carry on tradition to that extent, not just some of the food we're talking about, but exactly to the extent of even Mardi Gras and the fabulous king cake. All right, let's see what. Boy, I know you're impressed, folks. Look at this now. Everyone's looking for like bouillabaisse or ramen. I think that's what we got here. Uh, Ever since the Vietnamese influx here. These wonderful broths with vegetable sprouts and some kind of fish or meat. Tell us what you're serving here.
That is so on Saturdays, I do an inspirational Saturday, which is usually
Okay.
inspired by a country that I've been to, right? Since
Okay.
then I've changed it just to inspirational Saturdays because I'm inspired more than just the places that I've been. That being said, this was inspired by Asia. I have a great brother friend that lives in Japan, and when I went to Japan, I learned a lot about ramen. That being
Oh yeah.
said, this is a lobster ramen with caviar and
Oh wait.
asparagus.
Wow, you got lobster and caviar in this?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, you're really touching the soul with this. This is wonderful. Wow, you got it upscale ramen because most don't use lobster and they certainly don't use caviar. So you really are right on top of it. Now, folks, before we go any further, I do want to tell you, in case you're just beginning, that no matter what platform you're watching this, whether it's any of the Facebook channels we use, the YouTube, you can make a comment say hello to our chef or any questions you have, it will come on our screen and we will identify it, but actually bring it on the screen so we all can enjoy what you have to say, or at least, ask your questions the chef can answer. So don't hesitate to take advantage of it. All you working off especially if you're working off your mobile device and you're watching it on that, you can certainly put any kind of comment that you like, long as it's respectable, of course, as we said at the beginning. But anyway, we're going to move on because we really are enjoying this fantastic feast that we've been looking at. It's hard to believe this is so far away yet so close to home. It really is. All right, what do we have now, Christy?
So this is another Your Chef brunch special. It is my take on steak and eggs. So I did a steak and eggs Benedict with grilled asparagus on top of that. Yeah, that was pretty dope too. Yeah.
So steak and so this is a brunch special, right?
Yes, it's a brunch special.
But is it on only certain days, or it's just whatever you feel like doing it?
Well, to be honest, I have two brunches. One is during the week, and then the other one is on Sunday. On Sunday, it's the big brunch, and it's the whatever my little brain can come up with. And people keep talking about steak and eggs and steak and eggs. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do them some steak and eggs, right? And I made a Benedict out of it, and it was fantastic. So, like the last photos were of the Asian day, and that's on Saturday. So whatever I don't sell out of on Saturdays, I morph into brunch on Sunday. So Sunday is a good brunch to come in on because it is the Your Chef specials are just,
Truly, yeah.
I must have been a mad scientist or a witch doctor in my past.
No, but of course you're right. Yeah, of course you're right to reuse what you have left over, and you're starting with such great ingredients from the day before, and you come up with things like this. It's just fantastic. So that would be a Sunday brunch, but if you do it again, right?
Yeah, yes.
All right. Let's move on a little bit more. Oh, okay. What do we have here? Let's see. What's this?
That is a pulled pork ramen.
So there you go.
That's before you put the broth in there. You have a garlic plum hoisin sauce next to the pulled pork, and then you have the sliced radishes. You have there's a place here called Farm Pod. They provided the scallions that are there and the peppers that are there. It is so freaking good. So this is what it is, and that is a over medium egg that's in the center there.
Now I'm going to tell you something. And many times I prefer or usually like the ramen without the broth, or with just a little hint of broth to keep it moist, but not soaking like a soup. And I really enjoy it as a plate like this more than as a soup. So I don't know. I guess I'm crazy, but that's the way I really like it. So this would be perfect for me because not that the other one wasn't as good, but I like this better because it's not soup. It's a little drier, but still moist, but not soaking in the broth.
Yeah.
Again, is this any routine item or a special item again?
No, this was a special item for the Asian night for the Inspirational Saturdays, but it's making a comeback because ramen is a big deal out here also. So,
I know, all over the world, really.
Yes, most definitely. There's a really great ramen restaurant here called Knock Knock Noodle, and wonderful. Oh, it's so funny because when you call, she says knock knock when you call, and it's really really cool. Her name is Felicia. She's another really awesome female business owner, restaurateur, and she's just taking the bull by the horns. I'm just like really really proud of her, and they have great noodles. So if you come to St. Croix, check out Knock Knock Noodle. They're really great. Yeah.
And pass it by me if she has enough variety. Maybe you could do a whole show. If she's only got 4 or 5, then it'll be not enough to do the show. So think about it the next time you talk to her and see what you think or what she thinks. Okay, that would be great. That would be great. Okay, well let's keep going. I mean, there's such a variety here, folks. We're seeing all the different ethnicities. It's not just Caribbean and it's not just Orleanian. She's touching the Asian. It's so popular. Here we go. This is going to be almost a culmination of Cajun cooking. Here you go. Tell us what it is.
That is my version of jambalaya. That
Come
is that is my baby. So I do use andouille sausage in my jambalaya.
You do?
And it's a must. And from that same restaurant, grocery store
Right.
quality, you can order cases of andouille sausage.
That is fantastic.
You have no idea. It is just something a little special about it, you know? That smokiness that's in that, just the
Exactly.
tang of
Yes.
that hint of heat. Woo! Yeah.
Hey, what other ingredients do you put in it? What kind of meats? Do you put any other meats? Or
Um, for
just
this one in
undo?
particular, I do not. But I do make a shrimp and crawfish jambalaya and andouille
Oh
sausage. I
boy.
add shrimp and crawfish to that. There's the chicken and sausage with boiled eggs in it,
Yeah.
and I
Oh
put
yeah.
boiled eggs in there too.
Yeah. So you great. So you are offering variety. So if somebody comes once and tries it, but wants to try a little something different, still likes it,
Yes,
you might be able to do a different
yes,
version. That's great.
yes.
That is really accommodating to the guest, and also makes it, expands your menu so much using the basic same dish, just varying the protein or whatever.
So the cool thing about this jambalaya is that it comes. It's a chick. It's also a chicken and sausage jambalaya. But I do chicken wings that go on top of it. I do Cajun chicken wings that go
Wow.
with this dish. So a lot
Right.
of people from the island really wasn't eating jambalaya like that, and I had to do something that would entice them that is universal. And man, I love me a great chicken wing. So I did some Cajun wings. I stuck it on there, and voila, jambalaya it's the jambalaya sells out more than the gumbo. Oh,
And
this is
now
my
we're going to finish
snapper.
with one of my favorites. This is red snapper, folks. It's called the
Yes,
vegetarian dish. Look at
yes,
the whole fish. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell me more about it
yes,
for those who don't
yes.
understand. Go ahead.
This is on the Thursday. This is offered on Thursday as a special, but it's also offered every Monday for the pescatarian and vegetarian on Motivational Mondays. It is fantastic. It is my whole dressed snapper, and it comes with vegetables on the bottom. You can also get it with the rice noodles, but most people get it with the quinoa and grill stirred vegetables. It's really good. So I also like using some of the Cajun seasoning, but I also use a lemon pepper. Excuse me, a chili lime lemon pepper
Ah, nice.
seasoning on that.
That is
Yes.
that is perfect. Chili and lime in a dressing is just
Yeah.
fantastic. That is
Yeah.
really good. That's a beautiful presentation there, and I
Thank
think
you
a
very much.
fabulous way to finish our dishes. Okay,
Yes.
folks, we're going to talk a little bit more before we sign off. We got a few more minutes, thank goodness. We're speaking with, even though her name's right in front of you, Chef Christy Brown. Been in New Orleans for quite some time. Moved over
Yes.
to St. Croix in the Virgin Islands and showing them how it should be done. Showing
Yes.
them that there's more to it than just jerk. Well, I'm not sure if they do jerk in Virgin Islands.
They
It's
do
more
work.
bacon.
They do work here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, there's got a lot more to it than just what people perceive as an island food. And by
Yes.
bringing New Orleans to it, she's really
Yes.
complemented our whole repertoire of what you normally would serve on the island. So this is what's
Yes.
really great. And as she said, population is growing with New Orleanians. So there are so many. I hear that sad song from so many people who move away. They just said, "Well, I can't get red beans, or I can't get gumbo, I can't get jambalaya. I miss it so much." And of course, a lot of the eateries or chefs will prepare some mixes or some of even the national foods, but it's not the same as having a chef do it for you fresh, and especially because there's so many alterations of ingredients that some of these things they pass off as gumbo. Ooh, I wouldn't touch it with a spoon. It's just
Man,
beautiful.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you.
I didn't see any gumbo pics.
Uh oh, but I'll send you one. We can show it later. But I do have some lovely, lovely gumbo. So
All right.
there's this person here who thought it would be a good idea to invite me over for gumbo, although they know that is my special thing.
Yes.
And their gumbo had every animal, every sea creature, all of the things. It was watery. I didn't know how to bless
Oh,
their heart, bless their little
oh,
heart. They tried
oh,
it.
Oh my goodness. And that's it. That's if even if it's not the ingredient, it's always the root. It's the broth. It's so watery. It's like
They did not.
dishwater.
They didn't even use a roux. They didn't
Oh
even
my God.
use a real
They don't
roux,
probably know what a roux is yet.
baby. They put a ball of flour and mixed it with water and thickened it
Oh,
with water and flour.
ah, you- don't. You've showed us this great thing. You're going to get me nauseated by hearing it. But the big deal, tell us that wasn't a restaurant, I hope. That was just a personal friend or something, invitation. It was a restaurant portraying they had gumbo.
And they couldn't understand why it wasn't selling for her heart. She couldn't
Well,
understand why it wasn't working out.
even if it weren't a New Orleanian diner, it's got to taste terrible. Even if a New Orleanian will know right away, but if someone did, it just got to be terrible tasting.
Anyone with taste buds. There were so
That's what I'm
many
saying.
conflicting flavors. There were so many conflicting flavors and textures. And
Right.
I'm a texture person. I like different textures. But
Oh, sure.
you cannot have brisket and crab
Oh,
fighting each other.
right.
Brisket and crab fighting each other, and then you're getting uppercupped by hard shrimp. Like the shrimp
Oh,
wasn't juicy, it didn't have any life. It wasn't even one. It was like I think it wasn't even the 1620. It was like the 3050s. I think the little ones. I was like,
oh,
they
oh, wow.
tried. They tried.
I'm
They
sorry to
tried.
hear that, David. Sometimes they ought to leave well enough alone. If they really can't do a good job on it, just do something special that you do well. Focus on what you
Stick to
really
what
can
you know.
do.
Stick what you know how
Yeah.
to do. Make that
But everybody
perfection.
loves New Orleans so much they just figure if they slap that, they say it's New Orleans or it's Cajun. That's why I asked you
Oh,
earlier about the Cajun. They just put anything in it and call it that. And I mean, some of the tourists have got even in New Orleans, we have some really tourist traps that do that. And the port, and especially down in the quarter where most of the tourists stay, and they go in and spend fortunes, expensive food, and it's awful. It's not
don't even know
representative
anything
at
about
all.
it. Don't
Yeah.
even know anything about it.
All right. Well, listen, we're near wrapping time. Let's go back over how people can see you. For those, again, I apologize if you were saying, what in the heck is that scrolling at the bottom of the screen? I don't know what it is. I mean, I know what it is supposed to be. I don't know why it's not clear. It's always small
It's
because
clear on my side.
oh, it is?
It's
Well,
clear on
maybe
my
it's
side.
just maybe my monitor just needs cleaning. You're making me feel an old man feel good. But just
Okay.
in case, it's at facebook.com, or if you have the app, just go on Facebook and look for boot, singular bootstraps, plural, bar and grill. Bootstraps, bar and grill. You're going to see anything you want. Now, she's also privileged enough, and we couldn't put it on the screen, to be using the Instagram platform. So tell us, if because Instagram is such a beautiful picture place where all the pictures are. Tell us
Yes.
how they can find you in Instagram.
You can find us at Instagram at Bootstraps Bar and Grill on Instagram also.
So it's
You
the
can
at
also
sign first, at bar stuff. Is it start with the at sign, at bar bootstraps?
it's
Is that
and yes, it's
the at
Bootstraps
sign?
Bar and Grill. Yes.
Yeah.
On
No, but I'm talking
Instagram.
about, don't you have to put can you just type in search bootstraps, or do you have to put something before it? I get mixed
No,
up.
I
Not a
think if you just
hashtag.
put I think if you just put you can hashtag it, but I think you just put at Bootstraps Bar and Grill at Instagram and it should pop up.
For you people who use Instagram, I know you know how to do it. That's this old foggy. He doesn't know. Everything's foggy up here. Anyway, anything else you want to tell the folks before we say go? Because we've got about 4 minutes.
I have to say that I appreciate and cherish all the time that I spent. The many years that I spent in back and forth in New Orleans, it has taught me how to do what I'm doing right now and what I love. And I appreciate all the love that I've gotten from New Orleans. And I'm just trying to do y'all justice and make y'all proud with the cuisine that I present to my guests in St. Croix. And I tell you what, a lot of people didn't know what beignets were, or what jambalaya was, or etouffee, or my favorite, the difference between jambalaya and gumbo. They learned
Oh my
today. Oh, they know now. Though. They know
God.
now. That being said, I appreciate New Orleans and everything that it has offered me. And
Well, I'm sure hoping we get a chance to go there because we love to go to the islands, and
come on.
um, we usually go in August, and that was our first island trip ever to the U.S. Virgin Islands. We have friends there. I'm not sure we're coming this summer because we've already, I think, made plans, but we always go the week of Katrina. That reminds us that we're in beautiful God's water as opposed to man's water that we was saddled with during Katrina. So it's kind
Well,
of like a memorial that we do every year. But anyway, go
come
ahead.
on down. I got a plate for you.
All right. Well, we know where to come eat. We certainly do. And anything, folks, I'm sorry we didn't want to make any comments, but I know a lot of people are always just shy about doing that stuff. But please check her out on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, even more importantly, if you get the opportunity to go to USVI, make sure you check out her establishment. Okay. Thank you so much, Christy. I'm going to say a little goodbye after you go to the
Thanks,
folks.
Jesse.
Okay. Thank,
Thank you very much. I
yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you,
thank you,
dear.
Boots. Thank you, Boots, too. All right.
Good seeing you. Bye bye. Okay, folks, wasn't she an inspiration? She's got a lot of New Orleanian in her, don't you think? I think she does. And really talented, very personable, and you could see her. The most important thing, sincerely wanting to bring the real, authentic New Orleans cuisine. That just slap a label on it and hope that people don't know any better. Because even if they don't know any better, as she even voiced, your taste bud is a taste bud whether it's authentic or not, if it doesn't taste good, you don't care. The big problem is too many people are trying to fake New Orleans cuisine and Louisiana's cuisine and gives us the bad reputation because then the poor diner goes away and says, I don't know what I don't know what they think about saying all that is good food. It's awful. It tastes awful. So that's the disservice. While they're trying to make a buck the easy way by just doing it anyway hither than beyond. We have in the United States too. It's not just overseas or outside the waters. We have several people I know running these restaurants. They all say it's New Orleans style, Cajun style. And when I ask them questions, they either get offensive and or defensive, excuse me. And if I know that, then that's probably the reason that it's not good. Now look at this. We've got a wonderful. Oh, just I wish maybe she's still watching. We've got a good friend of us, Chef James Graham, who has his own shows. Does wonderful. Now he does the cooking, so he does the work that poor Christy does on the backside. But we showed her foresight. But he does in the evenings several times, and he has been so kind to us. And look, he's putting these wonderful comments on there about the show. He enjoyed her food, beautiful food, Christy. There you go. And he's up in, and I know I'm going to forget, but I think it's Baltimore. Oh, I apologize, Chef, if I've got it wrong. I know it's either DC, but I think it's Baltimore. And look for him, J. Gross TV, James Abrams Graham, excuse me, J.A. Graham's TV. He's on Facebook. He's on several of the different platforms. Watch his shows. He does a bang up job as well in preparing food. So it's very interesting, and we appreciate him checking us out and more importantly, checking Christy out. Okay, folks, as we mentioned, we only got 1 minute. Don't forget, if you can see us tomorrow, you can watch this anytime on YouTube or space REVUE. Check for that channel and watch for Chef's Chat USA. The first one should be this show. But tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Central Daylight Time, we've got an artist review, a sculptor that you want to see because he's beyond what you normally think of sculpture. And I'm going to leave it at that. Until tomorrow morning or until next week, we have several shows on artists. Always, as we say, stay tuned and longer because we give it to you. And that's my own play. Take care. Thanks and see you soon.